What is up, you guys? This is Eric with Mindful Motion LA. We want you moving and exercising and pain-free. In today's video, we're going to go over 3 exercises to improve your balance, which means less chances of falling as you age. Balance, first and foremost, is a skill. It's the act of balancing. It is the coordination of making fine-tuned adjustments of maintaining your center of mass over your base of support. When you're doing it on 2 feet, it's much easier because your base of support is much larger. When you go down to 1 foot in single leg balance, the base of support has shrunk into a very tiny little thing. Your fine-tuned adjustments need to be very precise. If you go too far left, right, forward, or back outside of that base of support, you will fall. It is very common as we age for our balance to diminish. And the reason for this is because our strength of our feet and our lower legs are starting to decrease. Our control over the muscles that coordinate motion in our feet is starting to decrease. In order for us to improve our balance, it's not just good enough to practice balancing, although that is a piece of the puzzle. We have to actually strengthen our feet and our lower leg to be able to regain and restore the ability to control those pieces so that we can bring it all together in this act of balancing. Traditionally, to strengthen the calves, the feet, people typically do calf raises, and sometimes we'll see a foot raise. Basically, we're moving forward and back with our foot. That is very important to consider and to incorporate. But in this video, we're going to consider the left to right stability. Our feet have this really cool thing where they can provide motion in a lot of different directions. And one of the biggest factors for balance is actually left to right stability. More specifically, the control over the heel. As you notice, if you play around with your heel now, you can move it left to right and it will slide side to side. Well, we want to be able to control that while we're balancing pretty precisely. So with the exercises we're going to do today, we're going to work on controlling that left to right motion so that we can balance better and reduce the risk of falling. The first 2 exercises, you can consider them more strength-based. You're going to be sitting down and you're going to be moving your foot to the center and back to neutral. And then the other direction, away from center and back to neutral. And by doing this, we're working on that lateral stability. Now, when you're doing these exercises, you want to see if you can create smooth motion and try to be in control of every inch of the motion. The weights don't need to be heavy, and you don't need to pound on your feet and do a lot of reps. You just want to stimulate and improve the quality of your control of the movement, and do this every other day would be a good place to start. The third exercise that we're going to cover is more in line with actually balancing, but you're going to be spinning around your foot. So you'll be standing on one leg and you're going to rotate your entire body to the right and rotate your entire body to the left. Now, I would be mindful not to move too fast when you're doing the balancing exercise, and certainly want to try to find a range of motion that you can control. Oftentimes, moving too much will throw your balance completely. So starting out small, doing little bits of movement, and then maybe expanding upon that as you get more in touch with the control of that exercise, that would be the best way to go about it. With the first 2 exercises that you see me doing where I'm using the cable, you might notice that my heel has a solid metal object to push against. A very vital piece of this exercise that you have some support against your heel that is opposing the resistance. So if the resistance is pulling me this way, I need something to block my foot so that I can spin around that. If I don't have that support, then you're going to be using a lot of hip muscles to try to keep your leg in place, which is going to distract you from trying to coordinate the motion from your lower leg and foot. So finding a heavy weight or a piece of a door frame or something that doesn't move that you can shove your heel into as you're moving the weight would be very important to getting quality sensation and improving the control of your foot. This has been 3 exercises to improve your balance, which means less chances of falling as you age. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, please feel free to comment in the video below or reach out and direct message me. I'm happy to help in any way I can. Until next time, take care.